I'll probably just use this small intro before every video up until my birthday, but my birthday's till the end of the month, so I'm trying to run it up. If you love and support my channel and what I do, hit the Cash App or PayPal in the video description and pinned down below. As also, you can just sponsor content, or you can check out some of my mini Discord servers and scan servers that you can purchase. Hit me up in the Discord if you want to talk business about that. Thank you so much. Let's begin. What's going on, everybody? It is your host, Dr. Splash. And in the midst of all the battles and all that, we have an emergency video because Thor vs. Godzilla 1 dropped. The people are demanding I cover it. Fuck it, I'ma cover it. Smash the like button if you love when I cover new comic books and material like this. Also, happy 4th of July to all the American subscribers. Without further ado, let's begin. So, first of all, this is, of course, a Marvel crossover with Jason Aaron. This is Thug Life Godzilla, okay? This is the Godzilla that, it's implied from Godzilla from Hell and all that. So it's a super impressive existence that he has, right? So this is supposed to be big boy Godzilla. We should know it's really up when he shows up. Now, the hand need a new fist of the beast. This is the being that defiles all of what the gods have done. They had initially attempted to achieve the perfect head of the beast with the perfect mass murderer ever, which was, of course, my boy Frank Castle, the Punisher. That didn't work out too well for them, and it's pretty cool that Aaron's circling back to this because, of course, he's the one that added the Punisher run. Punisher's no longer the head of the beast. They're going to go for a new one. Now, of course, the Archpriestess says simply, we overthought this. We were thinking mass murderer as in terms of humans. What if we went beyond that? You see, there is a being who essentially walked the earth, and every time it walked, it was death and destruction. It's a perfect fucking vessel. They sacrifice a bunch of mass murderers to summon back Godzilla, the king of the monsters, the vessel the hand has deemed perfect to bring back to represent the beast with the power of the beast used in this ritual. Now, they do specify in this run that this is 20 years after he was initially let loose upon Midgard or Earth in Marvel, right? And the Archpriestess is losing her shit. She's like, look, real shit. No creature has walked the earth quite like Godzilla when it comes to killing and destruction. And I want you guys to appreciate that statement in the context of Marvel. To say Godzilla is essentially the best of what he does, which would include the likes of, Hulk and all those creatures that walk Earth. Very fucking profound statement. Big if true. And they are just fanboying out this Godzilla's putting in work. Every step he takes, literally, it's night-night for somebody. That's when we see Thor pull up. The bullshit is done because for whatever reason, no other hero on Earth can get involved when Godzilla's pulling up here. That's how Marvel works. Thor is the all-father in this story, and he answers the call from Asgard to face Godzilla. Now, inevitably, I'm going to get questions about which version of Thor is really fighting Godzilla here. It does state later that this is after Tornos, so it's technically plucking Thor out of somewhere in the Immortal Thor storyline, but he doesn't use anything like his alternate rune weapons or really even use stuff like rune magic in this fight, so it makes me believe it's basically King Thor before he really starts tapping into all the bullshit, right? Like with story magic and undergoing the trials. That's at least what I'm thinking, or Aaron forgot that Thor's on some absolute bullshit, or it just predates that and he just knew about the Tornos fight. Regardless, this is at least an all-father Thor. And he's not having it, right? You pull up on Midgard wilding out, you gotta answer to big Thor. Okay, so they start scrapping. And Thor at this point, he's like, look, this bitch-ass lizard is gonna fuck the earth up if we just regular scrap Sadusky here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make him fight elsewhere. Lifts him up into the sky and forces Godzilla to fight him in the sky in order to best preserve Earth, because Thor is goated and, people think he's dumb and all that, but he does a great job at saving the pockets of the everyday American. Shout out to July 4th. He doesn't want you paying for all this shit. And he's helping other countries too. They don't have to pay for all that property damage, all right? So he's got his ass in the sky. They're throwing hands over several continents. And even still, this level of a fight that's taken several hours to go down still threatens Earth, even if they're not fighting on it. Godzilla at this point, as acknowledged by the Archpriestess, is now fueled by the beast, the being from the Bible that defiles all that God has made, and is the strongest he has ever been. It is verbatim stated that Godzilla has never been tripping like this. He has never been tweaking to this degree. So for this to be peak Godzilla is fantastic scaling for both characters. Now, like I said, it was mentioned that this Thor, and it's mentioned after the Archpriestess studies him. This is a Thor that takes place after Tornos, the Elder God, is slain, but obviously it's before he's using stuff like Talmud. So, God, or the rune weapon that essentially cuts through stories and non-stories. Godzilla gains at this point through the Archpriestess the Necrosword, which the Hand had stolen from the Collector. The fact that fucking Marvel humans are dressing up as ninjas and robbing the Collector, a cosmic fucking hooligan that just goes around and puts everything in a fucked up garage sale, that's insane. Marvel humans are just different. But anyways, this sliver of the Necrosword is granted to Godzilla, who had gotten put on ice by Thor for weeks and needed a comeback. So he's coming back through the Necrosword. And as Thor is cruising, he had just handled some business. He hears cries from Asgard. He finds Sif fucked up and she says, "Avenge us, All-Father Thor." And he pops out on Asgard to see everybody is dead. Asgard is destroyed, and in its place, among the ruin and fire, stands Godzilla, the God Butcher. And of course, Thor ain't a bitch. The fight immediately breaks out. Thor starts slamming him through Yggdrasil with all of his rage, snapping it like simple twigs, which is fucking crazy because the modern day world tree is obviously high outer, containing realms that go beyond even time, space, and dimension themselves, realms of dreaming and all of that, containing the likes of living tribunal, so on and so forth. It's fucking insane. And he's just slamming Godzilla through this shit. And keep in mind, Godzilla's scrapping while getting dunked through this shit. Now, as Necro Godzilla, or God Killer Godzilla, is battling Thor, Thor swears he's laughing like this is demon mode Godzilla. And also, keep in mind, Godzilla was stated to be at his strongest while amped by the beast. He got put on ice, then is granted the Necrosword. So this is the strongest form of Godzilla we've ever seen, who now has the Necro power. That's fucking insane. But Thor is still going back and forth. And Thor eventually says, "Yo, bitch, if you beef with the All-Father, if you beef with Thor, the god of thunder and lightning and storms, then you will fucking answer to every storm to ever exist." And quite literally, any conceptual storm to ever exist across Marvel, Thor pulls it towards him, literally summons all of it to fight Godzilla. He calls this the All Sword, the All Storm, and starts to battle Necro Godzilla. Like, they start going back and forth, and it's, I'm not gonna lie, beautifully illustrated. Like, this is one of the greatest battles you could ever see. And Thor straight up tells him, "Hey, bitch, I'm gonna tell you how it is. I'll see you in hell." And then we see that on the shore of hell, Thor is still meeting Godzilla every so often for battles beyond compare. Like, this is just as epic of a battle as it can get, and it's one that will never end and will go on until time itself ends. It's also implied that both forms of them will even endure beyond concepts like Ragnarok, as neither of them can truly die. So obviously, this is not the end. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. How did you think Thor vs. Godzilla popped off. Did you enjoy it? Are you having fun with this run? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I think this is fantastic scaling for Thor. Dope moments for Godzilla. I enjoyed covering this. But yeah, anyways, it's been your host, Dr. Splash. And remember, it's Yancey Street, bitches.